Well, the first few days of the legislative session, as we mentioned, usually spent by members getting their feet under them at the Capitol, getting to know the new members, new committee assignments, what's new in the cafeteria. But some of the regulars, well, they wasted little time in getting the ball rolling on some legislation. Hunter Funk has the details on a resolution and a memorial introduced today, and a few more things you need to know in the 411.
What this did was it effectively nullified marriage laws across over 3/5 of our country, legalizing same-sex marriage.
This would just cause a lot of misery among the people of Idaho and really reflects big government overreach into people's private lives.
Day 2 in the legislature is starting with this. Today in the House State Affairs Committee, Representative Heather Scott introduced a joint memorial to reject the U.S. Supreme Court's 2015 decision legalizing same-sex marriage. The memorial argues the Supreme Court case Obergefell versus Hodges, protecting same-sex couples, is a legal overreach of the state. It then asked the U.S. Supreme Court to reverse the decision and, quote, restore the natural definition of marriage, end quote. Currently, Idaho's constitution defines marriage as only between a man and a woman. The joint memorial passed out of committee unanimously, which means it'll go to the House.
We do take the time to call out the Mountain West. This should never have happened.
Next on the House State Affairs Committee calendar, Representative Barbara Ehart introduced a resolution, also known as a state-sponsored pat on the back, for the Boise State women's volleyball team for, quote, standing up for women. Or should we say against transgender women, specifically the alleged transgender volleyball player on San Jose State's team, which prompted Boise State to forfeit their in-season matches and drop out of the Mountain West tournament, which is what the resolution commends, and what the committee wants the House to commend because they passed it unanimously without any discussion. From Boise State's pat on the back to being blocked. Today, a judge said no to the university getting a new trial against Big City Coffee. Remember, back in September, the owner of Big City Coffee, Sarah Fenley, won a $4 million case over Boise State after jurors said Boise State pushed her off campus in 2020 because she put up a thin blue line sticker in support of law enforcement. Then in October, Boise State filed a motion for the judge to appeal the jury's verdict. But today, the judge denied that appeal. This isn't over yet. Boise State has other motions, which they talked about in court yesterday, without making any decisions. And that's the 401 on the 208. I'm Hunter Funk.